Hi, nobodies. So, today was legitimately, it was a fairly good day, but there was a part of it that sucked balls. Uh, you know, it's pretty hard to offend me. Uh, I'm not saying try. Please don't. Please don't try to offend me. Um, my lack of boundaries makes it difficult for me to be offended. My life with my mother makes it difficult to be offended. That was a woman who, a simple statement like the sky is blue could be twisted all out of proportion that you called her stupid. So I grew up my whole life watching this overreaction. And I said, no, I'm not going to assume. That's just like anytime I hear those words that I don't like, I look around. And if there's somebody else that can fit the bill, I just assume that those assholes are talking about them. Uh, you know, that's just how I have to deal. Because I'm not going to turn around and go, who the fuck you calling fat? Or who are you calling this or that? Because like right now I'm not fat, but I have been. This time last year, I think I was almost at 200 pounds. So, uh, you know, I was touchy about it. Anytime I hear ugly, I'm looking around, but I'm not going to be that person who confronts somebody and then have them say, I wasn't even fucking talking to you. I don't want that kind of drama. So I just look around and hope that I spot somebody who I think looks worse than me, is heavier than me, is whatever they're saying. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do get offended that people feel the need to say bad things about people. I mean, it's like, why are you yelling that out at them? It makes no sense to me because I mean, I see people all the time that are big and I don't think shamu, or if I did, I sure shit ain't gonna say it because there's no reason. It serves no purpose for me to say that to somebody, because it's like, hey, this person got out of bed today. They left their house. They went somewhere. I don't know their struggles. It might be the first day that they could walk out of their house. Maybe they've dropped 200 pounds. Maybe they were like 600 pounds and they worked their ass off to get to the point where they could walk around outside. I'm not going to make them feel like shit the first day that they go out. They worked their ass off. You don't know their story. Um, Plus, it's just really mean. I mean, it serves no purpose to say ugly things to people until they say ugly things to you. When they say ugly things to you, by all means, give them hell. Uh, you know, I used to, I'd pants a motherfucker. They don't see that coming when you're grown. They do not see that coming. And then once you pants them, if you're not too out of shape, you can outrun them because they got to pull their pants up. And if you're feeling pretty secure, you can pants them and then laugh at what they got, if it's laughable. Uh, I mean, and I say I'm talking about men, but I know women do the same thing too. And it's like, even if that person can't hear you, like if you're in the, like, I don't like it when I'm in the car with somebody and he's like, wow, that's a whale. Do you really need to say that? Do you really need to talk bad about that person? We don't know what it took to get them here. We don't know how they got that way. Is it metabolic? Is it a mental condition? Is it medication? You don't know. Now, and plus, even if it's somebody who you do know and you know that they are just a lazy sack of shit, you still don't call them a lazy sack of shit to their face. You can say it all you want when you're bitching about them, but they don't need to know that you feel that way. You could just say, hey, I'm going to the park. You want to come? Let's go walk. Let's go do this. You know, there's nicer ways to go about telling somebody that they've got a problem. My biggest issue, though, is words. There's a million ways to tell me you're mad at me. There's a million ways to say I'm hurt. There's tons of ways to do it. Certain words people don't like to hear. Certain words, and it can vary from person to person. You know, like if I say to one of my guy friends, you're so disgusting, he knows that I'm just talking about he's a guy and he's a pig. But if you say that to a girl and she's not eating something disgusting, like if she's eating something disgusting, you can say, ew, that's, but see, the language changes. It's, that's so disgusting. Or if they make a show of farting, you say, ew, you're so disgusting. But you're not really calling them that, you know? So, I mean, language is very important in how you talk to people. I mean, you can say the word disgusting, but do not call that person disgusting when they're just sitting there. Trash is another one that most people do not like to hear. You do not want to hear you're trash. And if you grew up in a household like mine, being called worthless and being called trash and filthy, you know, and ugly and nasty and just all these words, you know, and saying that, you know, you're an ugly person, you know. My parents would say this to me, you know, because I was misbehaving. Because it wasn't that I was actually nasty, filthy, or dirty. I was clean. You know, I always took a bath. They never had a problem getting me to take a bath. Now, I would be pretty nasty sometimes. I mean, I played in the mud. But, you know, they wouldn't use it at those times. They would say, oh, look at you. You get in that tub right now, Missy. You know. So when people, I mean, even if those are not like trigger words for you, it's just wrong to call people names like that. I mean, trust me, there are people that piss me off, that there's a little demon in me that says, ooh, 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 can I come out and play? Please, 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 please let me play. You know, that demon, which isn't actually a demon, it's just a little aspect of myself that does not see the light of day for the most part. That demon leaves behind scorched earth. That demon will fuck shit up. And let me tell you, when it comes down to it, if you really piss me off and you're somebody I didn't like in the first place, I just tolerate you, or if I've known you for 14 years and you just did it the last fucking time, you're gonna meet that demon. Karma doesn't even have to catch up with you. That demon will get you. Because that's not just mischief. Mischief is okay. Mischief likes to go trolling. Well, I don't go trolling. I go trolling for trolls. So it's kind of different. Mischief doesn't do any harm. You know, mischief is all about the burn. You know, busting balls and shit. Mischief loves that. But nah, the demon that comes out when you go too freaking far, no, that one ain't anything to play with. I mean, nobody physically gets hurt. Trust me, nobody physically gets hurt because I am not that type of person. In my dreams, that demon runs with rage, and when they work in tandem, that's some scary shit. But in those dreams, that person just shows up. They don't even have to say anything. Just them being there will have them working in tandem. But that shit stir demon, it says, "Ooh, you want to play? Oh, I got you. I got you. I'll play." And I keep that one under wraps because that one is really, really, really mean. Because it's, I say like it'll come out and play, like, "Ooh, please let me play." It doesn't play. I mean, it's going straight for the juggler. I mean, I am an observer. I listen. I see. I know how to cut people verbally. I know how to rip them to shreds. And I fine tuned that skill back in the day. I don't get to use it much because, like, I'm a better person now and I don't see the point in being that person, stooping down to that level of I'm hurt, I'm mad, you're gonna pay. I can't do it. I won't do it. Because it serves no purpose. I will pussyfoot around. Now, if it comes to the point where I have to repeat myself like 15 times, it comes out a little. Because I do get annoyed. And when I get annoyed, that little demon starts saying, "Is it almost time? Come on, how many more times? How many more times are you going to have to repeat yourself before I get to come out and tell them, listen, fucking dumbass?" you know? Yeah, because see, that one cusses and calls people stupid, and and the thing is when that happens, I don't apologize. Because that is like 100% raw truth, what I think of someone. And I don't like to be that person. I would rather be that person who just makes nice and finds a way to get away from the person that's annoying me. I am very non-confrontational. My parents were very passive aggressive, so that's kind of a skill that I have. I'm very passive aggressive. I might insult you, but um, a lot of the insults, people don't really catch them. Like people who know that I don't like them will catch it, but a person who doesn't know that I don't like them won't catch it. But I try not to associate with people I don't like. I try not to. Sometimes you have to. But today was kind of a low day. But I went and replenished myself at the park. I love water. I do. It's not necessarily the water itself, because I'm cool with being in the lake or having my feet in the ocean. I've never actually like went in the ocean, because the one time I went, it was March, and that water wasn't even 70 degrees, and 70-degree water is freaking cold. And I think it was like 65-degree water when we got to St. Padre Island. Freaking cold. I couldn't even get my feet, like the waves, I couldn't even let the waves crash on my feet when I got to the island. But when we got back to Corpus Christi, it was like, okay, I can handle this on my feet. But I love the sound of it. It makes sound. I can look at the peacefulness of like a lake that's completely still, you slip a rock across it, and you just listen and you watch, and it's like really cool. But I also like it whenever a boat's gone by and you got like a wake coming across the lake. Like all night long you can hear like the little lake kind of making waves a little bit. It's just, to me, I don't even care. Like, it can be a fountain. I love the sound of water. So I went to the park and I replenished some of my, I call it my shine, my light. Helps you get through the dark. My darkness, if shit gets dark, trust me, I can handle it. But I prefer to be positive. instead of being positively negative. It's coming. It's always coming on. It's about to be winter, and winter is not the best time for me. Nothing happened. I have no reason to hate my birthday and hate Christmas. No solid reason to hate winter. I mean, I think winter's beautiful in its own way. I love snow. Don't get much here, but I don't get, yeah, I don't get much here. Sorry. Um, but I get sad. I mean, and I could probably be diagnosed with seasonal affective disorder because winter's like the only time I really hit a funk. Um, and it's not something anybody can pull me out of. It's something that it's just I live it. Um, it's I don't know if it's seasonal affective disorder or if it's a dysthymic disorder, which is basically where everything is just like, eh, eh. Like, I don't want to crochet. I don't want to knit. I don't want to make friendship bracelets. I don't want to watch TV. I don't want to listen to music. I just want to, like, I don't want to sleep. Like, anything that could bring me joy, it's like really hard to penetrate into me during the worst parts of winter. Um, like I said, I think it's either sad or dysthymic depression. But like I said, nobody can bring me out of it. That's something I pretty much have to pull myself out of. And I think that this year I have a pretty good chance of doing it, because I've been trying to keep a more positive outlook. So it'll be interesting for me to see if it affects me this year. You know, like if this year will be different. If this year I can feel less like another fucking day. You know, just marking time. Um, it'll be really interesting to see if I can do that. I know that going outside to greet the universe is going to be a little bit more difficult because when it's 20 degrees outside, I mean, I used to smoke and I would go outside to smoke and there were days it was like, fuck this shit. Now, those of you who are up in like Montana, Michigan, those of you that don't watch me, if somebody watches me, you might be up in Wisconsin, Michigan, Montana, you know, those places where it gets below zero, you would be in paradise on a 20-degree day in Arkansas. But those of us who've lived here our whole lives, that is too fucking cold to even mess with going outside. And then when the wind hits you, oh no, nope, not doing it. I can't count how many days I'd go outside and I would not smoke a whole cigarette. I'd just say, no, screw this. But I always went outside. I can't say the same for David because David would like smoke in the bathroom and I'd wake up and say, you were smoking in the bathroom again, weren't you? Think I can't smell? Sensitive nose. You like my nail polish? My daughter's. It's like it's a Sinful Colors. It's matte. It's a matte nail polish. I freaking like it. Doesn't match my toes, but it almost looks like I got fake nails on, doesn't it? But those are my real ones. Stick them in my nose. Feeling a little loopy. Um, yeah, I didn't do so great today. I mean, I actually had to take twice. I had to take a quarter tablet of Xanax, so that's not great. But I got some stuff done. I was planning on doing this mess that is beside me. Not getting to that today. Sorry, it's not happening. I have to wait till tomorrow when after I've had a reset, because I do need to reset. I need to freaking eat. I've barely eaten today, so I better find something. I think I got some plums. Um, so I hope that if you're watching this, your day was better than mine. But if it wasn't, I mean, if you had a shit day, just at a certain time say, well, I'm going to lay down. I'm going to put this shit day to rest. Tomorrow, I'm going to try my best to make it better. If if I if the world around me can't be better, I can at least think better. And maybe I'll feel better. Maybe the world around me won't feel so bad. if I just think more positive about it, if I try my best not to let those little insignificant little bothers of the day get to me, maybe I'll be happier. If you do watch these, you know, continue on my journey with me, you know, just kind of hang out with me, see how it goes. And I'll tell you what, if it goes well, seriously, like, listen to me because I figured it out. I doubt that I figured it out. I'm old, but I'm young, and I'm not quite dumb. I'm not done either. I'll figure it out. Just watch me. I mean, that's something I've always said. If you don't think I can do something, watch me. I'll do it. I'll do it just to spite you. Just don't ask me to flap my arms and fly. That ain't happening. It ain't ever happening. I'm an optimist, but that's impossible. Anyway, have a good night.